Hiya, I'm Hayley and thanks for joining me today at Creative Photo Folk, where I explore creative photography and editing tricks. This week we're exploring an old favourite, the ring-on book Heart Shadow, and then some creative variations. Now, as we know, when the sun is low, it creates really long shadows. So using the same principle, we're going to position a low light behind a ring, and by placing it in the center of a book with curved pages, it creates a heart-shaped shadow. It's not the most difficult technique, but let's work through the process together so you can nail it first go. I thought this one would be a super simple one to shoot, but it actually took ages to get the lighting and camera into positions that I liked. So we'll talk through that process shortly. To begin, you will need a darkish room. I used my garage but found I could keep the lights on. But in that case, you will need a black background to cut distractions. I just used a piece of black foam core. A table or surface to put the book on. A book of reasonable size. As some of the words might be visible, try and find something romantic like a Mills and Boon or some love poems. I searched my collection and my parents' collection and couldn't find a single romance novel. You'll want the kind of book where the pages sit flat and don't bounce around. You may need to prepare it beforehand by placing something heavy over the top to weigh the pages down, but you still want some curve to the pages in the middle to be able to prop the ring up. I actually think mine was too fat, so I used a couple of books during the shoot to hold the page edges flat. Now you'll need a wide ring. It must be wide so it has the depth to sit upright, and try and avoid any jewels that will make it too top heavy. Otherwise, you're going to spend hours trying to make it sit upright unless you can glue it in. Some form of light. You want this light to be harsh to create strong shadows, so it needs to be direct and undiffused. A tripod to hold your camera still for longer exposures. All right, let's shoot. So to begin, place the book on a surface like a table and open it to the center so it sits nicely. Place the ring in the middle of the binding, sitting upright so it's creating an O shape. Then position your light source behind and slowly move it around until it hits the ring at the right angle to create a heart shape. This will need to be roughly 45 degrees above so you don't see the light in shot. In some cases, I added in some constant light using my ring light just to give a splash of light to the front of the ring. I tried other methods such as light painting with a torch, but I wasn't able to create enough light. I found the best lighting results by using the 2-second timer on my camera so I could then handhold the flash and move it around to create pleasing shadows. Then I tested camera positions to get the best angle for capturing the ring and heart, starting with slightly above, looking down. You should also vary this throughout the shoot to your liking. Some experimentation is definitely required here, so try lots of different angles. Try and line everything up perfectly, so the camera with the spine and the spine with the heart-shaped shadow. I used a 100mm macro lens with the settings f18, 1/200th of a second, and ISO 100. The flash was set to around 1/64th power. To change up your shots, try using a pair of round glasses and positioning them so one of the lenses creates the heart shape. Or shoot a mug with a half heart-shaped handle. For this one, you may need to change the lights a little so they hit the handle just right, and it's not the way you think. I had to position the cup on an angle. I just couldn't get it to create a shadow when it was positioned front on, and then move the light directly to the side of the handle. Again, hand-holding your flash works best to find the right spot. I used a colored gel for this one for a bit of variety. So this is a popular idea for wedding photography or even just to make an interesting bookish stock image or print. But ultimately, it's just a technique that's a little bit of fun to do. So come share your results on Creative Photo Folks' Facebook page. But otherwise, I'll see you again next week.
So make sure you've subscribed. Happy creating!